cruise. Dancing on deck as the moonlight gleams. Wasting time to a wildest dreams. New force call and her heart's at sea. Every sunrise feels like meant to be. From Coco Cay to Caribbean blue. Every shore's got a story too. Laughter and music wherever she moves. If you seek MK, she's finding her grooves. No deadlines, no phone, no shoes. Just ocean skies and sunset views. The rhythm of life, the salt in the air. Freedom is calling, she's already there. Living her best life, what's her next move? If you seek MK, find her on a cruise. Yeah. If you seek MK, find her on a cruise. Find her, find her, find her, find her on a cruise. If you seek MK, yeah, she's on the move. Find her, find her, find her, find her. Freedom is calling, she's already there.
I don't know why I always do that. I always forget to add myself to the stage, and then I added myself and removed myself. And you can see my beasties up there, Kevin, Marshmallow, and then Malibu. I had to get up and feed them. So Vicky's like, "Oh, Amy, you dropped off the stream quickly." Yes, because those things needed to eat. And I needed to buy a break. So hello, 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 everybody. Thank you for popping in on this lovely Tuesday evening. It is still bright and sunny outside because it is 7 p.m. Eastern time, and it is 83 degrees and sunny. It looks fabulous outside. I really need to get up and go out. But it will be dark, sadly, by the time I am done. Yesterday I had pretty good sort of sunset-ish thing going on, but there were some storms in the distance, and so I was getting like a lot of lightning in the background for probably a good hour. My apartment kind of faces southeast, so I see like the storms that are sitting over like Alexandria and Reagan Airport from where I'm at, and it was a little crazy yesterday. We had a little bit of rain, but we just didn't get the storms and everything. So thanks everybody for popping in. Let's see, what did I just recently do? So I just recently put out a video about, the Princess Plus package and how, like, for me, it's just not a good deal. And it's kind of like, so it kind of got me thinking, like, with all these packages and like they had like zero alcohol package, they had specialty dining because they've got the Princess Premium, and it's the same with all the other cruise lines. Like when do you get to the point that you have like spent twice, if not three times the amount of money on all these extras than you spend on your cruise? Now, I know when I was younger and in my what would I have been in the 2000s? So like late 20s, early 30s, when I did like 5 or 6 cruises, I would always end up spending like $1,200 on board. And now I think I spent zero on Princess. I had a $50 onboard credit and I didn't end up using it all. And I actually like had to struggle to use it because I just don't buy anything anymore. Hey, Anissa, so good to see you. Oh, I guess I should say hello. So there's Vicky's from Foodie's Vacation. So she will be live again on Wednesday and Friday at 10 a.m. if you ever want to come in and have a chat with us, talking all kinds of crazy cruise stuff. We are all going on a couple cruises together, and that's something I'll talk about that in a second. And then we've also got Vicky's Travel and Casino Life. If you are looking to, what was I going to say? If you want casino content, she's got the Fireball there from Ultimate. I think it's Ultimate Firelink-ish Fireball on her avatar there for her Foodies Travel and Casino Life. So make sure you check out her channel if you want to see that. Oh yeah, in this chat, if you want to share your YouTube channel, just #cruise. This is a connect and grow community, so if you have your own channel, just make sure you hit #cruise and get that link out there for all of us. And also too, if you're new to live streams, the live chat that you're seeing up on the screen I think it's over here when I'm when I'm recording, and also in the chat itself will come on YouTube about 12 hours after this ends. So it goes through some processing, so it does disappear for a little bit. But if you need anything out of the chat, then just wait about 12 hours after it posts. And there's Anissa. Hey, Anissa. Anissa still needs to book her first cruise. Maybe. Oh, you know what? I have a really good idea, Anissa, because I think this would be a good ship for your son, as well as maybe consider the 2018 MSC World America. Now, it is in May, but you should be retired by then. Now, I'm going to put out on my Amy Loses It channel, on my weight loss channel, I'm going to actually be doing a group booking for that. So if you're interested in joining a group of us, including Vicky from Foodies Vacations and Foodies Travel and Casino Life, and then probably several other of us in the chat. But I'm going to put out a flyer, and so we're going to do a group booking for the people that kind of want to have some not necessarily one-on-one time, but have like some dedicated time with me, related to my cruise channel and my weight loss channel. So I'm going to try and get that sorted out. Jennifer, who's not in here from Cruiseaholics Anonymous, she's going to be booking that for me. And then Vicky has all the information on her channel, but we do have a travel agent over there that's booking people who aren't necessarily going to want to be doing the things with me. And then you can book it on your own as well. You don't have to go through a travel agent, but in order to do the things that are going to be listed on my itinerary, you would need to do them through my agent. So hi, Amanda. Yes, I'm so glad you caught a live because I know that you said that you've been struggling to catch one, and oh, my cats are gonna be bouncing around. Uh, where did he go? I don't know. Malibu he just ate dinner, so he's all over the place. Well, hello, Lisa. Nice to see you. Finally going on your first cruise on Monday. Cat. Absolute fool. Fantastic. I have not been on the Carnival Glory. It sounds like a lovely ship, so I really hope you enjoy it. Yeah, nice, Lisa. Fantastic. Oh, there goes the cat. I'm watching it in the replay. You guys saw him. Um, well, hey, Trinice. Thank you for popping in. Oh my gosh. Cat, fool. Absolute fool. He's still a baby. He's just a little over 2 years old, so he's still a baby. Yeah, just saw you were live. Your Princess Plus package video was great. The package literally almost doubles your cost. Absolutely. And I took it on our YouTube After 40 group cruise. Trinice from Traveling West is part of our group, and so she's actually made really great strides in her channel by following advice from that group. And I have the description and the link to that if you ever want to just have a look at that program. It's in the description of this video. And if you ever have any questions about it, just let me know. But she really amped up her channel by taking that course and following the guidance that we were given. But yeah, the Princess Plus really does kind of almost double your cost if you are not an average drinker. So like if you're not getting your 5 to 10 alcoholic drinks a day, you're not drinking specialty coffees, wines, beers, specialty teas, all this other stuff that would cost a lot of money, then it really costs like an exorbitant amount extra. And it really does like double the price of your cruise, because I'm doing a casino comp that I got from my last cruise. And I'm only paying, I think it was like $297 for port fees and taxes. And then I put a $200 deposit that they're going to keep. And then they're going to give me that back when I get on board. It's going to go on my onboard account. Now, I'm kind of a little miffed about that because I don't usually spend money on board, but I have been told that I can go charge money from the casino to my account and that'll cover it. And I was going to try and walk on board with about a $700 bankroll. Well, now I only have to walk on board with $500 because I've already paid that $200 deposit. So it was going to cost $455 and my cruise was only costing me $497. So it's just not a good value. Yeah, definitely book it, Anissa. Cruising is addictive. Oh, if he's not finished until June, that's sad. You know, I wish my parents had taken me out of school for a vacation because, at the end of the day, usually like missing 1 week of school. Now, I will have to say that if it's May 13th, like he may be missing finals at that point, which would really, really suck. But yeah, I mean, I don't think for me ever missing a whole week of school would have changed anything. Actually, I think when I was in, ooh, fourth grade, I think I missed about a month. I had an accident. I had a bike accident. And I ended up in a I ended up having a concussion and I was in the hospital for a week. And I lost like a week of memory. And I hit my head like I had a concussion so bad. So I was unconscious for a couple of days. And like I tore up my face. Honestly, how I don't have scars, I have scars inside my mouth, but how I tore up like the entire right side of my face. Like, so I don't know how I don't have terrible scars, but yeah, I mean, it never affected anything. Hello, Amy, 59 days into Hawaii. Oh, yay! I need to get back over to your channel. It's Jonna, right? Yeah. I can't wait till you go to Hawaii. Now, I have a friend who's doing a group cruise that she's advertised on her channel in 2027, and I'm trying to figure out how I can get a casino comp. It's 16 days on the Ruby Princess out of San Francisco. And I'm really surprised that they're still doing that smaller, older ship, but I should ask Trinice because she's still here. She went on the Carnival Glory during Christmas, and I really enjoyed it. So, Trinice, like, I just did the Enchanted Princess, which is one of their nicer ships, because it has been remodeled recently, and so it's nice and fresh and new. Like, what do you think about like the Ruby Princess? Like, if I did it, I'd probably try and get enough points in the casino, honestly, to get a balcony. Like, do you think like I would be disappointed going on the Ruby Princess for 16 night? It'd be sailing from San Francisco all the way to Hawaii and then back around and back to San Francisco. So, um, hi DC. Uh, nice to see you. So who is that you're talking about? Remind me what I was saying. What was I because was I talking about Trinice? Um, I still need to take the course. Oh yeah, if you haven't, yeah, it's there. Like if you've purchased it, like you can just like watch a video. A lot of them are like 10-15 minute videos and you can just watch one or two and then the next day watch one or two. You don't have to sit down for hours and do it all. In one go. Like you can just watch a few here and watch a few there. And then what I did was like I kind of broke it up and I probably spent about 30 minutes over a couple of days and watched it all. And then I went back and like started rewatching different parts. And there's some like stuff that has been added recently by Linnell from Poverty to Paradise. Like she did a really good like thumbnail course. And so I've probably watched that 5 times. Just to make sure like I'm really getting the point of the thumbnail. Did you book the Hearts Cruise? No, I didn't book the Hearts Cruise. I ended up booking just a plain one. Well, the only one from Princess I have booked was my See You Soon offer, just because I'm struggling to find time to book another cruise. And because usually when you get the offers, you have such a short amount of time to sail. And the offers are not valid for that very long. But because I'm going on a cruise again in October, hopefully once I play in the casino there, I'll start getting more, or I'll continue to get offers and then start getting some into 2027. Because really my openings are like mid to late 2027 at this point, because I've got a cruise in February of 2027, and that's the Unhinged Cruise with the Foodies Vacation Squad, and Carnival Cruise Addicts, Cruise Life TV, and Controversial Cruising. Those are all the channels that are really hosting it. But there's about 100 of us in February of 2027 on the Carnival Celebration. And then I have the downsized cruise. So for my Amy Loses It channel, my weight loss channel, I am going on, there's a channel, a YouTube channel called The Downsized, and they're having a cruise in mid-June, and I'm going on that. So I've got two I've got 2 cruises already, and so I got 2 to fill in at the end of the year. But there is another cruise with the retirement travel community that's related to the YouTube After 40 that I was trying to get on, but it's out of Asia, and I don't know if I can swing that kind of money. Remember to like everyone. Oh yeah, make sure you like. And so Anissa, you noticed you're doing Malibu, Marcia, and Kevin. You noticed on this channel that I added new emojis because you mentioned it to me that you were missing the cats. And so I went ahead and added them to this channel, and then I added a couple new emojis. Oh yeah, we can't miss May terms and finals. That's terrible because that would be a great cruise for you to go on. But also like what about February? February 14th of 2027 is the Unhinged cruise, and that's on the Carnival Celebration. I think that's probably a pretty decent ship for kids. Well, if not, like I'll keep you apprised of some of like the other cruises that I go on. And also too, like summer, I was gonna say summer's coming up. What am I talking about? I'm thinking it's May. But if like you're still off and well, you're probably not. I think school's back in. But you can always go back in and watch Vicky's lives, and she always like advertises a lot of other people's cruises where they have booked cruises and they are sharing their cruise dates with the public in case you want to join them on a cruise. There's, a lot of people don't mind like doing, meeting people from the internet. Yeah, hey Tuber Chat. Thanks, Kevin, for coming in. Oh, so you moved that 3 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. Okay, so Kevin was supposed to have a live tomorrow, and he is moving it to Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, oh my concussion. It was bad. Like I lost a whole week of memory. I had no idea what day it was. I thought it was a week earlier. I had no idea who I was with. I had no idea what happened. I still to this day have no memory of the couple of days. I do kind of sort of remember a little bit about the car ride to the hospital and a little bit about being in the hospital the first couple of days. But yeah, I was out. It was total lights out. You can't see it, but actually when I furrow my brow, there's like a dent here. I dented this. Like I took off like whatever layer of skin uh, under here, and I don't know that I dented the bone, but there is a huge dent in my forehead right here where I hit the handlebars of a bike. A rock got stuck in the fork. I hit the handlebars of a bike and then went over the handlebars and then face down on a hill, on a gravel hill. I lived about an hour north of Las Vegas when I did this. So we had no hospital, no emergency services. Some kids dragged me back to their mobile home, and their parents put me in a car and drove me home. And then my dad took me in. Yeah. So Amy, with no package, what do you do about Wi-Fi? Just wing it on port days. We like our Diet Coke and the convenience, but hey, how it doubles the cruise cross. First world problems. Yeah. Okay. So what I did then was I paid for the Wi-Fi because content creator, I knew I would be doing videos. I tried to do a live. It really wasn't good enough for a live. Like I know you guys could hear me, but I got frozen a lot. And I couldn't watch the live on a separate device because I wasn't going to pay another $300 just for Wi-Fi for the second device to know if I was stalling or not. But when I got off in port, my cell phones, I had Mint Mobile on both of them. Nice. Sorry. Thumbs up. I'll keep my hands to myself. I'm a hand talker. So when I was in port, I had the Minternational plan, and I think I paid, oh, was it about 15 or $20 each phone to have unlimited internet for the entire time I was overseas in the Mediterranean. So when I would get off the ship and flip my phone out of airplane mode, then I'd go in and change a couple settings, and then my International would kick in. So I'd have text calling and unlimited data, which was really great. So if you're walking around, then you can be using your Maps app, and then you can be looking up stuff while you're there. Yep. So hello, tripping over 60. I know I keep looking, and like your subs are like way past mine. Uh, so Lon and Glenda were on the YouTube After 40 cruise with me on the Enchanted Princess, and they ended up like really kind of picking up posting videos as soon as they got back, and then they had one kind of go viral at I think almost like 100,000 views at this point, and so they've like way doubled their subscriber count over me. So I'm a little jealous. Haven't gone viral yet. One of these days. So you ended up going on the Emerald out of LA. So, oh, you know what? I think originally when my friend had posted the cruise for Hawaii, she had posted that it was going to be LA, but now I rechecked it and it's going to be the Ruby out of San Francisco. So, yeah, you were thinking about the same Princess cruise to Hawaii. Yeah. I'm really, really thinking about it for 2027, and it's actually at a pretty good date. I could take the first week off, but I would have to work from the cruise ship, probably at least 30 hours on the second week. But the good thing is those are almost all sea days. So I could get away with probably working like 4 of the days. And I don't need to get off at Ensenada. I didn't lose anything in Ensenada. I did not lose my wallet, but oh, that's El Segundo, but whatever. Like I didn't lose my wallet in Ensenada. Definitely don't need to get off there. And it would suck to work on a cruise, but if that's the only way that I can swing a 2 week vacation, then shall be it. Yeah, tripping over 60. Can you bring it on board yourself, like in a case, check luggage? Oh, okay. So what are you asking if they can? Oh, Diet Coke. Oh, so some of the cruise lines, Anissa, do allow you to bring on liquids, uh, and some packaged foods. It really is going to depend on like where you're going, as far as like there's some where you just can't bring any types of food at all. So it just really depends. You just need to uh, check the terms and conditions of your voyage, and check the rules of the cruise line. Some of them will allow you to bring like a 12-pack of Coke, but they will open the whole thing and check it because they're checking really for hidden alcohol. Because some people will open and it's usually cans only because those like you can't really like open them and put alcohol in it and then reseal them. Oh, someone from the YouTube After 40 course. Yeah, it was probably Trinice, who's like right below you in this comment from Traveling West. Yeah, she is part of the community. And then we had also paid for some additional private coaching. Well, semi-private coaching where there was probably like 10 to 20 of us at any given time that did an additional what did we do? We did like an additional group like Zoom call almost once a week, and it was just like that personal like one-on-one, like really being able to look at our channels and give us advice. And we all got to hear the advice that everybody else was getting, which was fantastic. So you would sit there with 10 or 15 channels and be able to hear what was being said about their channels and their videos and their thumbnails and the questions that they would ask. So it was really, really good feedback. So I also did the 16-day Ruby Princess to Hawaii and enjoyed it. The Wi-Fi was terrible, though, if you're trying to upload videos. Yeah, I think I'd probably have my stuff done in advance so I didn't have to try and upload. It would be a shame that I'd end up missing the lives. I wonder if I could do a live on land during the day from Hawaii. Yeah, because Eastern time is forward, right? So like not if it's 9 p.m. or 7 p.m. here, it's much earlier in the day. I'd actually be in port because I know that it's a 3-hour time change to LA, and I think it's actually a 3, if not 5-hour time change to Hawaii. I think it might be 3. Yeah, I think it's 3. So it's like 6-hour difference. So it'd be like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So that might be able to work. I didn't pay yet. My 15-year-old just outgrew everything. He wears underwear, socks, pants, shirts, hoodies. Men's stuff is expensive. Oh yeah, because they really do grow. That 12, 13, 14, 15. I know my brothers did. My nephew, he's no blood relation, but my nephew was, I don't know, he was like 5'9", 5'11" by the time he was 12 years old. it was ridiculous. He's 6'3" now, maybe 6'4". Oh, Unhinged. Yep. Can't wait for the Unhinged. Hearts with Drinks. Okay, so on the Princess uh, casino program, when you gamble in the casino, they have like different levels that they classify you as based on like the points you earn, but they really don't tell you like what period of time that you're accumulating these points, how long they stay in your accumulation bucket, and what different levels. But hearts, I think, is like the base level. So I've gambled on Princess and I earned 3,000 points. So I'm in the hearts level, meaning that they sent me a cruise offer that said this is a special hearts cruise offer. So it was like giving away more. Like I know I got one that was like a balcony, but they'll also have like special casino events. So that's what the hearts mean. I can't remember the other tiers that they sort of hint at them, but they don't necessarily give them away. It's not like publicly advertised. Like if you look at like Royal Caribbean, they have like Prime and Signature and Masters. I can't remember. I can't remember the one between Prime and like Signature. There is another one. They've got like 4 levels. But they publicly advertise those. Virgin Voyages publicly advertises its casino levels based on your points. They tell you how long like the points period is, what it takes to earn, what you get with it. But Princess does not do that. Cruise tubers will be there. Yay! And that is the Unhinged cruise in February 14th. Yeah, I would love to go on the downsize, but free works better for me. Yeah, I have to say that it is a little tough to have to shell out the money for the celebrity cruise. I can't remember even how much. Well, and it really wasn't, it's definitely not a bargain because they're doing a 4-night on Celebrity Reflection, which is going to be fresh out of dry dock about a month or so out of dry dock, which is going to be great because it's going to have a completely new refresh. Even all the staterooms are being redone, all the public areas. They're changing up some venues. But yeah, unfortunately, I got to pay out of pocket. But then that does allow me the opportunity to get in the celebrity casino program, which I have not had the opportunity to do. So it's kind of like killing 2 birds with 1 stone for me because I'm getting to go on a group cruise that I want to go on, and then it's giving me the opportunity to get in the casino program. Yes, I love my cat emojis. Yeah, so for anybody in here who is actually a channel member, I think there's a couple of you in here. I know Vicky, I think Vicky is on one of her channels, but I just made some new members only's emojis that you can see when you're in the app. You just press the little like emoji symbol next to the chat box and they will be the first ones that come up. So I've got my 3 cats. I've got like a life ring here. I'll put them in the chat. You'll be able to see them. You won't see them on the screen, but you'll see them in the chat. I've got like a little suitcase and then a like 777 jackpot. I was getting creative one night. Well, hello, Theron. Thanks for coming in. Amy, you buy tickets for Unhinged yet? Airline ticket? Okay. So when I first started looking for the tickets for the Unhinged, I came unhinged because the prices were absurd. Absolutely, it was like $700 each way. So what I ended up doing was I do my like middle of the night searching, and I think I ended up finding a one-way ticket to Fort Lauderdale on United for like maybe $274 one way, and then I ended up booking like an enormous amount of frequent flyer points for my return flight, but it's going from West Palm Beach International. Sorry, my nose is itching. Um, and at this point, I certainly don't want to use that ticket because it is 5 times the price of frequent flyer miles. There's apparently something else going on. I mean, it's Valentine's Day, Super Bowl weekend, my birthday. That doesn't matter for airfare prices, but there's like some home show or something else going on in Fort Lauderdale or Miami at that time. And so right now they've really jacked the prices. But I was doing some like Google searching and Google Flights and something, and it suggested that I wait until mid-October to book anything. So I'm going to wait for the frequent flyer points to see if they come down and see if I can get out of Fort Lauderdale. And that's the one thing I love about frequent flyer points is that I can just cancel my ticket and rebook it with no penalty. That's why I went ahead and held it. So at least I would have something. But you know what? I don't think I spent 270. Did I really spend 274? I'll have to look it up. But I know it was a little bit more than I normally pay. Maybe it was 174, but it was still like I kept looking at flights and everything was like $700 each way, which is absurd. So I can't afford to come in the night before on the 13th of February, which is a Saturday, because the flights were even more. So I can't do it. I gotta risk it. Yeah, your channel's yes. So Lana and Glenda said, yes, our channel's gone a little crazy. We had 2 videos do really well, thus all the new subscribers. Yeah. Well, hey, Carol. Glad to see you back. I'm sure you're a little sad to be all the way back. So Carol just spent a week or two in Thailand with her daughter and her grandson. And I was watching all her Facebook stuff, and it looked like she was having an absolute fabulous time. Lon and Glenda say, yes, we can on Princess, but not all lines. Okay, so they're talking about bringing cans on board. Yeah, not all lines allow you to do it, so just check the terms and conditions. Ensenada has a great Starbucks with wonderful Wi-Fi. Oh, that might be a good day to do a live. That would be awesome. Yeah, Princess allows you to bring canned soda, but carry on. Okay, so you got to put it in your carry-on that you're taking through the X-ray machine and taking it right on the ship with you. Actually, last time I went on Princess out of San Francisco, it was the Regal Princess, but not the Regal Princess that exists today. This was the Regal Princess that used to be the Pacific Princess. That was the one that inspired the TV show, The Love Boat. It was a really weird ship, but we had bought soda to take with us and forgot it in the car. Well, my ex-husband, because that's how he rolls. He forgot it in the car. So we'd bought all this 12 packs of soda and left them in the car. And it was so hot because it was June and they ended up exploding all over my seats in my car. Luckily, it all came out. I shampooed it out, but yeah. Choice Prime Signatures in Myers. So is that like Oscar Myers? No, I know you mean Masters. But I'm like, is this cuts of steak? Yeah, because what is it? Prime Choice Select. That's cuts of steak. So we're Choice Prime. Well, so I guess we're cuts of steak for Royal Caribbean if we're Choice and Prime. Yeah, Signature and Masters takes you a lot to get that. Oh yeah, there's my whatchamacallit, my membership emojis. Yeah, so 2 star. Oh, well, thank you so much for sending those, Jonna. I really appreciate it. So she sent me a little star for 2 jewels. Oh, that's cool. So Royal is carry on 2 for sodas. Oh, that's awesome. So I book when I final pay. What do you book? Hold on, what did I miss? I missed something. Remind me, Vicky, if you're paying attention. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I was thinking of you, Vicky, when I was making that jackpot. Oh, funny enough, one time, this is okay, squirrel brain, completely unrelated, but I was at a undergarment shop for women, and it's your flights. Okay, so you're booking like 21 days out. Or maybe 90 days out. Yeah, I try to book, I don't know. I try to hold stuff and then rebook later. So I was at this kind of like women's undergarment store that had higher end stuff that could also like custom order, but they had really good quality stuff that's actually worth paying the money for. And there was a cashier that had a 777 on a necklace, and someone asked her, "Oh, well, what's that for?" And me, being a gambler, it's like, "Oh, well, I think that's slot machine." But she gave some like really weird made up explanation. And I would love to know, like, if the people these days, like Gen Z, do they still think of those like 777s on a necklace? Is it still casino, like lucky sevens, right? We're winning with the sevens. I don't know. Like, I'm so old that who knows if I have the right interpretation. Oh, so you're talking 90 days. So November. Yeah, I guess I should make sure that my credit card has space to charge the rest of the unhinged cruise because I actually set it to just auto pay in November because I'm not going to get any cheaper of a deal on mine because I ended up I need to redo my summary video for all of the cruises and how much I've saved over all of the comp cruises that I've gotten because for the unhinged cruise on Carnival, I did a casino match. I took an offer that I got from Royal Caribbean and I sent it to Carnival, and then they ended up giving me an offer, and it was just like through my regular email. Like I haven't sailed in Carnival in like 20 something years, so I didn't have a number. But I had joined their Carnival Players Club. I think that's what it's called, something like that. So I joined their like Players Club for their casino program. So I got my number and then I could then submit the offer. And so they just sent me, after like 30 or 60 days, they sent me a casino offer and said, hey, like here's what we're going to offer you. Pick any cruises between those dates. And I went in and the unhinged just happened to be on it. So I got a five about a 500 and I'm going to say $38 offer for a cove balcony. And look, I know that the promenade or whatever they call it is right above me and it's going to be noisy, but I got a cove balcony, which is a little bit more protected and a little bit more private, and it's pretty close to the elevator for like $537, and they gave me $200 onboard credit. So I thought that was a fabulous deal. So at the end of the day, am I going to end up spending the whole 530 something dollars because yes, the onboard credit has to be used on board guests, but at the end, my cabin and port fees and taxes is only costing me like $337. So that's pretty darn fabulous. Oh, there we go. So there is Jennifer from Cruiseaholics Anonymous. And I was just telling everybody, Jennifer, that we're going to be putting something together for the MSC cruise, the 2018 cruise in May on World Atlantic. So that'll be a blast. So we're going to do kind of we'll get all our flyers and all the contact information and everything together, and I'll get that out through my other channel, and then I'll also share it here as well because we're trying to get enough rooms to be able to do a cocktail event as well, which would be nice. So then we get like a reserve space and drinks and stuff like that, so we can hang out. And we don't have to worry about like just randomly trying to find a spot on the ship. Sorry, I'm having cat hair issues today. Malibu, my long-haired cat, is losing his he's losing his baby coat. And so there is just hair. I've been covered hair, head to toe in hair. I vacuumed twice today because there's just hairballs everywhere. Oh, and Jennifer, I started watching your video about the rooms and I got distracted with work because that's what I'm supposed to be doing. So I didn't end up finishing that. I need to finish that. And so I guess I should actually talk about the point of the whole video was like, when is too much? Like, at what point do you guys end up having to draw the line with the package stuff? I mean, I know there's some people that kind of wear, I call it like wearing a badge of honor because I have bought the package and I'm eating at all of the specialty dinings. Because I know that Lon and Glenda ended up eating at one of the specialty dining restaurants. What was it? Oh, it's not Chops. It was on the Enchanted Princess, and I can't remember the name of the lounge, but it's the middle lounge, and then there was it was the fancy steakhouse restaurant. And both of them said it wasn't like they gave you a really small portion of food and it really wasn't that much better than the main dining room. So it's like they ended up, spending, 50 extra dollars per person and they really didn't get much value out of it. Oh, the Crown, that's it, the Crown Grill Specialty Restaurant. So there's a Crown Lounge right outside the restaurant, and then right behind it is the Crown Grill. I mean, the food looked good, but honestly, we actually had some really good meals in the main dining room. I have to say, like, most of their tenderloin dishes were tender, and they actually usually had a really good sauce to go with it, which, like, if you're not gonna serve me the most flavorful piece of meat, like a really good ribeye, then that sauce that they provided with it was really good. Like every one that I had, even the ones that like said they were full of alcohol, which I don't drink alcohol, they were all actually really good. And to be fair, like the last night I ate in the dining room, the prime rib was really, really good. Like it blew royals out of the water. Like it, if you go to like the Park Cafe and they have like the roast beef sandwich, like you get it sliced off of the roast, that's actually prime rib. Well, it's rib. Maybe it's not prime. Prime is the grade. So, but we just all call it prime rib because back in the day when you got a piece of meat like that, it was always prime. Um, but yeah, like I couldn't even eat. Like the last sandwich that I got from Royal Caribbean on the Wonder of the Seas in the Park Cafe, I couldn't eat it as a sandwich. I had to put it on a plate and cut it. And still then, I actually had trouble cutting the meat because it was such just bad quality. Like it was just so tough. It was ridiculous. But the one we had on Princess was actually really good. Yeah, the last night, because we had uh, they used to do the baked Alaska where they would carry the baked Alaska around the dining room, and they'd have like sparklers in it, and then they would come around and they would cut it up and serve it. But now they take a fake baked Alaska around the cruise or around the dining room, and then they actually bring you like an individual plate of baked Alaska. But that too was like one of the better things on the cruise. So I can't imagine actually having to pay for all this money for the specialty restaurants and then them not being that great. Like we just had this conversation uh, on Vicky's Foodies Vacations channel because we just did a live right before this about um, I had several specialty restaurants on Royal Caribbean, and I didn't think that they were uh, really that much better than the main dining room because they still suffered from the problem of doing too much of a commercial kitchen, and the stuff wasn't necessarily being cooked fresh by the cooks on the line where they had a peek into the kitchen, but there's no way my steak was cooked fresh. It had been pre-cooked in advance and thrown in a warming drawer, which meant that instead of the medium rare steak I ordered, I got, medium well, which is, yeah, just makes you mad for all the money that you spend. So you're always tempted by the spa passes. They actually sent like halfway through my last cruise on Princess, they actually sent like a really, really good spa special. But I just didn't end up doing it because I have a back injury. Really difficult for me to lay down on my front or my back for an extended period of time. But yeah, some of the spa specials can be good, but then tipping and then upselling and then all of this. Now, I've done like the thermal suite one time, but you really got to have time to enjoy the thermal suite. And if you're anybody like Linnell from Poverty to Paradise, you take the time to enjoy the thermal suite. Yes, we're talking about food, one of my favorite subjects. Yeah, I put ketchup just about on anything. Mashed potatoes, fried chicken, tater tots, French fries. What else do I put chicken on? Chicken sandwiches. I put ketchup on a lot of things. Potato chips. Potato chips are really good with ketchup. If you don't know Linnell, she really loves her ketchup. Um, but yeah, I was watching a lot of your food review videos on Princess, and I don't think you were filming on the Enchanted Princess. I think your more recent ones were on the Star Princess, and I was kind of mad about um the seafood restaurant because like come on y'all, you're spending a ton of money for that food and they don't know the food. I mean, first, like that's like the first thing. Like when I worked in food service, that was like the first thing we did was learn the food. Like, and you don't know that that's not Dungeness crab that they're handing you, that they're telling you you're getting king crab or Dungeness and they're handing you snow crab. Like, that's an insult. For those of us who really love our seafood, like, you don't hand somebody snow crab when you've told them they're getting Dungeness. Now, I do love the flavor of snow crab more, but it's a much smaller crab. It's much harder to get out. You don't get nearly the amount of meat. So it's a little crazy. Yeah, you outdo me with ketchup. I love my ketchup, Linnell. It's a whole food group. It really is a whole food group. Yeah, yeah, that was wild. The seafood one. I'm just like, now I'm glad you tried the mussel. I'm really proud of you. Super glad you tried the mussel because actually sometimes mussels can actually be better than the clams, and some of them can have actually a really good flavor. I know you weren't like a huge fan of it, but yeah, sometimes the mussels can actually be really good. I actually really love them in a really nice lemon. And I know you're not a huge fan of lemon, but I love them like in a lemon garlic sauce. Well, that was back in the days when I didn't have a shellfish allergy and could actually eat them because uh, before I was a tomato-based life form, I was a lobster. I'm wearing lobster red today. No, I lived on the coast for a lot of my younger years. My mom worked in an oyster house, worked at a shrimp house, and we lived in a seafood town, and that is all we ate was seafood. So Jennifer's saying, "Hey, Linnell, as much as I'm loyal to Royal, the thermal suites on their ships are horrible. I have not tried a Royal thermal suite. I tried the one on the Prima, but I was a little bit peeved because uh the only like really easy access was stairs, and I'm like, so I'm gonna be walking in my bathing suit soaking wet climbing up stairs, like marble stairs. Because I have a back injury, stairs are difficult for me, so I ended up having to find like a handicap access to get in it. But I'm like, why do you have only stairs access to get into your thermal suite? I did not eat mussels. That was alien. I don't do that. You call it what you want. You put that mussel in your mouth, and I saw it. You recorded it. But I tell you, man, I miss myself some Dungeness crab. I can, whew, crab eating contests, I can out eat anybody in a heartbeat. Like I'm a pro. No, in Hawaii, no package in Hawaii. I'm going to use public transportation. I may do live from the islands. I don't drink. The food is so good without specialty dining. If I buy food, it'll be on the island. Oh yeah, highly recommend if you can huli huli chicken, which is basically like grilled chicken, but it usually has like kind of some soy based marinade on it. Kalua pork, which is usually a pork that has usually been cooked in a pit in the ground and has some, again, soy-based seasoning on it. Really, really good. Those are kind of my favorites. Are the huli huli chicken and the Kalua pork. And if they've got like some Portuguese potatoes and stuff, really, really fabulous. Like, oh, some of the stuff is just so good. If you like rice and gravy and ground beef and egg, like the Loco Moco is a great thing to have. Um, Pretty darn yummy. And don't forget macadamia nuts, because the right macadamia nuts are grown there, and also pineapple. Pineapples are like the difference in the pineapple in Hawaii is fabulous. Like my great grandmother was from Hawaii, and so like we used to have like Hawaiian food, kind of got passed down generation to generation, and I used to get to eat some of it growing up. I can only eat crab for a second, like two crab legs, and I can't take it seriously. Oh my gosh, girl, like, oh, one of my favorite things, because I'm in the DC Metro, which means we call it the DMV, which is DC, Maryland, and Virginia. So going up and getting Maryland blue crabs before I had an allergy to it, oh my gosh, I could sit there all day and just polish off Maryland blue crabs. Yeah, so Jonna is going to be doing she said, oh, she said out of Los Angeles. Hold on, which one was it? I don't remember which ship she said. It was not the Ruby. Oh my gosh, she'll have to answer you because I can't remember. So Mary says, yeah, I've only done celebrity ones. Oh, celebrities are nice. I can't commit to more than one session, so waste my money on a week pass. Yeah, it would be. I mean, some of them are nice, but yeah, it's really hard. Especially like if you want to do cruise ports, you want to go to dinner, you want to do entertainment, you want to gamble all night in the casino, like some people do, and get kicked out of the casino because it's closing. Yeah. Then you don't have time for the uh the spa. Shrimp skewers floating in butter on the dock on Virgin Voyages are amazing. I don't do much seafood. Oh, I was so jealous because I went on Virgin Voyages in February of 26, and yeah, so wow, not that long ago. It seems like an eternity ago. And I was so jealous watching all the people with getting the octopus and getting the shrimp because I just can't have seafood anymore. And oh man, I was so jealous. Honestly, like Virgin's food is just so phenomenal. Honestly, I really like Razzle Dazzle. Now, I know a lot of people give that restaurant a hard time, but the food I ended up choosing on Razzle Dazzle at Razzle Dazzle was phenomenal. And there's just food like everywhere on that ship. And it's all so good. Yeah, celebrity is way better than royal. Yeah, I'm excited to do my celebrity in June on the downsize cruise. I do love Sanctuary. I purchased a couple half days. Oh, that's a good idea. You know, funny enough, though, when we were on the Enchanted Princess over in Europe, there was like almost no one in the retreat, which is the adults only pool that was right next to the Sanctuary. So to me, it wasn't worth spending the money on the Sanctuary because both of them were empty. And so I didn't want to spend the extra money to go into the sanctuary to get a padded lounger uh, when it was so much smaller. And then we had all this room. We had the two hot tubs and the big giant pool all to ourselves. There was just nobody up there. Yeah. Um, I haven't done a celebrity cruise yet, but it's on the list. Yeah, they're pretty fantastic. I did the Celebrity Century, which is no longer in service. September 20, no, September 2001. So it was like about a week and a half after 9/11. It was really weird traveling at the time. Luckily, I lived close enough to drive to the port at that time, but the food, oh my gosh. Back in the day, Celebrity was known for being like really lavish food, really lavish midnight buffets. They had a chocolate like celebration buffet. They used to have all the like crazy like watermelon carvings and fruit carvings. Oh, it was so good. The food on Celebrity was so good back in the day. So I've heard it's still really good. So I've got my fingers crossed. Yeah. Like, oh, Jennifer's doing the XL next year. So that should be great. Yeah, I keep telling people I love Royal, but not everything about them is perfect. I agree. Their thermal suites suck. Carnival Vista and Sun Princess have the best thermal suites I've tried. Ooh, I had to try the thermal suite. And the Zooterdom is pretty nice too. Yeah, I still need to get on Holland America. I'm really, really looking at that retirement travel cruise in, I think it's November of 2027. I just don't know, like, it's probably going to have to be a last minute Hail Mary. I'll probably have to leave it open because I was actually looking at your Ruby Princess one in September, but it's 2 weeks. So I would have to end up working one of the weeks because my boss just usually has a meltdown if I'm gone 2 weeks. But there's a whole bunch of sea days that would be perfect for that. So I can't decide whether I should go with you on the Ruby Princess, if I could probably get a casino deal for that. But then I could pay you for like all the like extra things that go along with like doing your package to do the Linnell specific things. Uh, or if I'm going to do the retirement cruise, the grounded life retirement cruise travel cruise in Europe, or not Europe, in Asia, which the one they're doing this year is my absolute dream cruise, was in my dream box, but I just like I didn't win the lottery. So I just don't have the money that it's going to take to do that. So I just have to hold my horses and earn my YouTube money so I can um buy that cruise. Oh, totally sucks. Hold on, what was she talking about? Um I missed the context. Sorry, Jennifer. But yeah, so John is going on the Emerald, which is still a really good ship, but I think that's the next size down from the Royal class ships. Uh, which I love the styling of the Royal class ships because I love all the entertainment venues being on one deck. It's so nice to be like, oh, well, I think it's the Vista Lounge, like it's all the way at the end, and the Crown Lounge is in the middle, and then Princess Live, and all of them are right together. And then at the front of the ship is the Princess Theater, and then the Piazza. All of it's like right there. You're not like running up here, running over there, going, 10 ways to Sunday. And then the casino, I think, is just one deck up above from all of that. So it makes it super convenient. Oh, Linnell, there's a cat. Just so you know, there's a cat. I know how much you love animals. I wish we could create our own cruise ship. I would put all the things I like on one ship, right? Like if you got like a whole bunch of cruisers in a room and just talked about like, oh, well, what would be the ultimate cruise ship? Like there was so much I loved about Virgin, but I didn't like that I really couldn't see the ocean that much unless I sat up in the galley, which is like the kind of sort of buffet-ish area. But I found like a really good seat where I had a really good view and I could sit there for hours and not be bothered. Um, but like I loved the food concept of Virgin, and then there were just so many other things that I liked about it. But I really loved the Princess where everything was all on one level. And I loved, loved, loved the Piazza because anytime I'd walk by, they were always doing something fun and people were engaged and having a great time in the Piazza on Princess. And I loved those sideways interiors where the bed was turned kind of the direction of the hallway and you walked in to the open room instead of into a small hallway. And then the bathroom was around the corner. And then you had like this giant desk area to do all this stuff, do all your stuff and put all your stuff on. So yeah, there's so many good things like, but I also love like the Icon class ships. I love the layout of the promenade, that huge 2-story promenade. I love Central Park. Honestly, I wish Central Park were bigger. I wish that they actually had like a whole deck of Central Park. I think it's way too small, and I wish there were a lot more places to sit down on the Icon class ships because on the Oasis class ships, there's more seating, but it's a lot more crowded on Central Park. They really opened that up on the Icon class ships, but they took away a lot of the seating. Yeah, Trinice, wouldn't that be nice? It would be so good. Linnell saying hey to Glenda. Hey Linnell, gearing up for more cruising over here. Woot woot, more cruises. 2001. Amy, how long have you been cruising? Well, 2000, I would say since 2000 was probably my first cruise. I did like, was it Sea Princess? Like, so I have been on some princess ships that, like, I think Sea Princess, Dawn Princess. I've been on the Grand Princess, like when it was first out. I've been on the Regal Princess, not the one that exists now. I've been on an old version that was the, uh, used to be the Pacific Princess. So yeah, so I started cruising. I did like 6 cruises in the early 2000s, and then I stopped for almost 20 years and went on my first cruise again on the Icon of the Seas for I think it was my 51st birthday present in 2025. Yeah, I know. Like I'd been seeing, they did such good advertising with the Icon of the Seas that I was just like, oh my gosh, I have to go on the Icon of the Seas. Oh no, 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 no. I actually went 2 cruises before that. I think I started in 23 or 2023. I ended up 22 or 23. I did a cruise on Norwegian Prima to Norway and Iceland. And then after that, I did Galveston on the Prima to like Cozumel and Costa Maya, Belize, Belize, like that Honduras thingy. And then I think my 4th cruise was Icon of the Seas. Yeah, Ruby Princess September 25th is a casino deal for me, so be on the lookout for a deal. They're sending me a bunch now, but I have to turn them down. I know because you are booked. You know, I did start looking through that, and you know what? I thought I saw it. I need, you know, I probably should ask them like if I can put a deposit on it, like if it's refundable or not, because I may as well like try and hold it. Because I just honestly, I don't think I'm going to be able to scrape together the cost that it would take to get me to Asia. And honestly, because it's the airfare and like the extra hotel nights that you got to have to do all of that, and then the extra time off that I would need. But if I did the Ruby Princess one, there's a whole week at sea that as long as we have internet, I probably should be able to work because that week is just me doing client invoices and like preparing like the month end, like getting the books ready to do the month end financials. So, and it's not like heavy internet. It's just a couple of programs. Uh, yeah, I love having the casino near my cabin. You know, I haven't actually booked a room close to the casino yet. Now, this on the Princess that I'm going on in October, I did book further back in the ship. I booked towards the rear elevators. No, I booked towards the mid elevators, the ones that go up and down for the piazza, uh, because on the last one I was at the forward, and honestly, I'm like to starve to death because most of the food is at the rear, and I'm lazy. I am more lazy than I am willing to feed myself. So I would sit in my room and like pretty much starve because I wasn't willing to get up and go get something to eat. Now I did order room service, but man, Princess's menu is so limited. It's crazy. Spa extras are too much. Specialty restaurants and ships that have a great MDR food is too much. Drink packages are too much, right? Just crazy, crazy. Yeah, no cats. I know I miss our Sundays where I had a cat right in your face because I'd be sitting talking to Linnell, and then a cat would get up in my lap, and Kevin would be like right here, the black and white one. He would be right in the camera, just blocking me. So all you saw was a cat. And yeah, this one too, Marshmallow, the white one, would get on my lap. Yeah, girl, really? All that ding ding dinging. You don't hear it. Yeah, my favorite thing on Virgin was the dock. Yeah, the dock was great. And also too, there was an area that most people missed at the back of the ship. That was a big covered area, and that was out at the back of the galley. Almost everybody missed that. There was like never anybody out there, but it had the best view on the ship if you wanted to get something from the galley and then sit outside and eat. I don't know why, like I always forgot that it was there, and the few times that I managed to wander out there, there was just nobody out there. I love Royal Class. Yeah, going on Discovery in spring of 27. Oh, that's fabulous, Jonna. I'm so glad you're getting to do that. Isn't the Princess Casino program just fabulous? Dang, we got to get in the loop on these casino cruise deals. Planning on the Ruby cruise, but no casino deal for us, or no cruise deal for us on this juncture. I guess if you don't play, you can't win, right? Oh yeah, and you know you should have. I really, I really should have just told anybody on our group when we were on the cruise that if they wanted to learn how to play, like just come in the casino with me, and I would have shown you the ropes and what you needed to get. Yeah, you gotta play. You definitely gotta play. Yeah, great idea, Trinice. Create your own cruise ship. Take the best of different ships. Let's make videos about that. Sounds like a hoot. Could you imagine us like designing our own cruise ship? Yeah, no children. That's no one under 21, maybe under 25. Oh, when do we get a Gen X cruise? No one under 30. That I could go for that. Oh, sorry. The dock is the favorite spot too. Yeah, I liked the dock. Wasn't that crazy about the food in the social club, but what I'd normally do is I'd go up to the galley and I'd grab like a salad and some snacks, and then I'd wander over to the dock. And then I would get like the chicken thighs. Oh my gosh. And then I'd wait until they did like the Greek platter, because it was like what 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. They added more stuff. Oh my gosh. I sometimes I wouldn't I would almost not want to eat dinner because I'd fill myself up so much on stuff from the dock. Yeah, the seating on Central Park was taken by the Jazz Club. Yeah. I kind of walked past the Jazz Club, but some of it was like the stuff in the center where, like on the Wonder, there was a place where they had like kind of a covering where they would put the musician under and they would play. But then when I was on the Icon, they didn't have that. And the musician would end up taking the space where the rocking chairs were by the window, which kind of pissed me off because it's like, oh, well, I want to sit there and look at the promenade down below in the windows because you can actually see out to the ocean, but they would end up blocking that off and making it unusable. So then you couldn't actually really sit around to listen to the musician because there just wasn't anywhere to sit, which was weird. If you have Icon class shows on Oasis class ships with celebrity buffet, I'd be a happy woman for the rest of my life. I hear you there because the Icon class shows were head and shoulders above. I went on the Icon and then I went on the Wonder. And I have to say, the Wonders shows were pretty sad. Like the stuff they had in the theater was just not great at all. They had this voices thing, it was terrible. I thought their skating show was fine, but the Icon Entertainment blew me away. The Wizard of Oz was fantastic. Yeah, if that had that combo, I would move on to cruise ships too. That's funny. Oh, Columbus, my favorite royal musical so far, and it was about sailing. Singing was awesome. My husband agreed that it made you LOL. Yeah, it would be nice if they had some really cool stuff. And I was afraid that I know Norwegian has pulled off a lot of their Broadway stuff off of their ships. Saw the Donna Summer musical on Norwegian, but then the second sailing I did, they had pulled it off. It was weird. My favorite so far is The Wizard of Oz on Icon. It was so good. Like, I can't tell you, I've never been to a play like in real life, but it was so good. Yeah, I like how your voice is so high and excited about your Iceland, Norway. And then, oh yeah, Cozumel. Cozumel and Costa Maya, not my fave. I really have an issue with the culture, the port culture, the way that the locals treat the cruise passengers, because we're just a money machine. They treat us like an ATM, like tip madam, tip man. Hey lady, can I have a tip? And you guys this and you guys that. And oh, well, let me take you to this crappy, shitty place over here. And we're going to call it an ancient ruin. And then we're going to drag you to this place where you need to spend more money. And then, hey, don't forget, you need to pay us like this big tip. Just makes me angry. I don't know what it just makes me angry. Like there's so many better places in Mexico to go than these port towns that are places that are just absolutely fabulous. But yeah, not but Iceland and Norway, but you've been there, Linnell. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I like the Wizard of Oz too. Honestly, it's almost worth going on the Icon of the Seas just to see the Wizard of Oz. It was so fabulous. I love the ding dinging. That's why I love Vegas. Yeah, Vicky's getting ready to go to Vegas. She's gonna have a fabulous time. Yeah, Gen X cruise. Every cruise longer than 14 days is a Gen X cruise. Okay, so that gives me hope for a 16 days on the Ruby Princess. It's probably going to be closer to a boomer cruise, though, right? But San Francisco is a fabulous port to go out of. It was so beautiful. We got to sail under the Golden Gate Bridge twice. On the way back, we came in at sunrise. And it was just magical. I don't know. Yeah. Hello, Gen X cruise, my favorite. That would be fabulous, right? I have to say that Virgin was a little bit more skewed Gen X. And I don't know. I just like the thing is like I was on Royal and people were wearing skimpier items all over the ship than they were on Virgin. Like people were actually like dressed up nicer. Um, I it's hard to describe, but I really liked the people that were on Virgin Voyages. And honestly, I think that a lot of people come on and think that oh, it's going to be party, 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 and it's going to be this, and that. And it doesn't end up being any of that. It was really not a party ship, except for like the things that they planned out at the pool deck. But it does have a lot of negatives. The ship was designed by someone who doesn't design cruise ships. So they got a lot of things wrong for cruisers that, they strayed too far from the norm. But there was so much else to really like about it. Right? Yeah. Gen X cruise, that would be great. Yeah. Poverty to Paradise. Don't forget the young boomers too on a 14-day plus. Yeah. Yeah, I was really pleased with like the mix of people that we had on the Enchanted Princess over in Europe. It was kind of like, oh, there were a few kids, but then they were some older teenagers, but then they were mostly people in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. I thought it was a really great mix. And what I loved is they didn't only have rock music. Now, Royal Caribbean is so guilty of this that when they're doing a lot of the shows, and I noticed it on Holland, I don't know if they like, because I haven't been on yet, but like from some of the clips I've seen from other people, is like they tend to do like 90s rock. I don't want just 90s rock. I want 90s pop. I want 80s. I want, 70s. Like I grew up on classic rock. Like I didn't have my own like radio or record player or cassette player when I was growing up. Like I listened to what the adults listened to in my house, and that was mostly like 70s classic rock. So I would love like that in 80s and 90s pop, even 2000s. Like I'm a big pop princess. I love my pop music. So, I would love to have something more modern where like on the Wonder of the Seas, like their highlight was a Glenn Miller band tribute or a Glenn Miller tribute band. And I'm like, this is the Wonder of the Seas, people. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? That's why I thought like the Wonder was their entertainment was so confusing. They didn't have like the big Broadway show. Oh, I think don't remember what they had. The Voices program. The ice skating was fine, but then like their musical acts on the Wonder were just okay. They actually, honestly, I didn't think their Latin performers were that great, and I didn't like their music hall on the Wonder. I really liked the music hall on the Icon. It was so much better. Yeah, not Glenn Miller. Like, come on. I mean, not that the music isn't good, but when I'm going on a cruise to the Caribbean, I'm not 70 years old. Well, the thing is probably Glenn Miller doesn't even appeal to 70-year-olds anymore. It's probably like 80s and 90s. Like, what are they doing? Come on, Royal Caribbean. Oh, and I don't know if you noticed anybody saw the thumbnail. Like that was an AI generated a ship that was supposed to look like the Wonder of the Seas, but they put the name on it. And I kept trying to get it to move it over so it wouldn't really show it. But I think it's small enough that you don't really notice it. But I don't know if you notice on my thumbnails, like I always do, like I've been doing the background with the AI, but then I slap a photo of myself. Like I always try to get it to leave room for me, but it always destroys me and the AI, and I can't take it. So I'm always like putting me on top of it, because I did one for a members only video recently and I look like a dwarf. It was so bad. I did end up having to cut like my face out like here and put my face on it because it didn't in no way, shape, or form looked like me at all. Sorry, I have fruit flies. I just bought a bunch of fruit and I have fruit flies everywhere. Break time over. The ketchup was yummy. Going to edit a video. Bye. Hopefully I'll see you sometime soon, Linnell. I'll see you on YouTube because I watch your video. So thank you for popping in. And it has been well over an hour and I'm chatting all of y'all's ears off. Yeah. Yeah. Later, Linnell. Thank you for coming in. And yeah, so make sure now would be the time if you want to share your YouTube channel, #cruise in the comments, just all one word, and just hit enter because I see several of you on here who have channels. I think The Wonder is an anomaly. I enjoyed the shows on Utopia. They weren't musicals like Oasis and Symphony, but it seems like the four-day Oasis class is lacking. And honestly, hold on, cat here. Oh, just cat hair. It really pisses me off that they put all these fabulous Oasis class ships on 4-day sailings. Look, I know it's all about money. I work in business. I see financial reports all day long. So I know that they're probably making more money by turning those ships every 3 days, every 4 days. But I really hate the 3 and 4 day sailings. I'm going on one, excuse me, I'm going on one for the downsized cruise in June of next year. And I'm only doing it because I want to meet back up with the people that are going to be on the cruise. I know a lot of the people that are going to be on the cruise. But yeah, I'm not a 3 or 4 day cruiser. Yeah, and there's Vicky's casino, uh, foodies, travel, and casino life. So if you want to check out her casino, gambling in the casino, lots of fun. Go check out her channel there. And there's Candace, who has a channel at Bearing It All with Candace. So make sure you check out her channel. Yeah, thank you so much, Candace, for popping in. I always love to see you on all of my videos, and I love watching your videos. I've actually met Candace on the Wonder of the Seas. We just happened to be on a cruise together. But Kim has gone missing, so there was actually 3 of us on there. So Kim after 50, I haven't seen her in a while. She's kind of taken a break from YouTube. I refuse to less than 5 days unless it's back to back. Yeah, I did Wonder of the Seas 4 nights and 5 nights, and that was fine because I called up the casino program and got the same room for all of my sailing. So that was great. That's the way to go, is get back to back in the same room. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about the Wonder. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so there's Jennifer from Cruiseaholics Anonymous. So make sure you check out her channel. She's got very carnival heavy carnival. Sorry, she's got pretty royal heavy content. She's got a lot of good content on her channel. Got a great new video out about cabin cruise types and why cabins within the same category can be wildly different in price. So make sure you check out her channel. So, and again, just know that the live stream chat will post about 12 hours after this video posts on YouTube. So thank you so much for joining me. And I want to wish all of you a happy week. It's only Tuesday. I feel like it's Friday. And mention, I will not be live streaming next Tuesday because I'm actually having surgery on Tuesday morning. So I'm getting my gallbladder yanked out. I should be well enough to do the next Tuesday. The thumbs up, Amy, the thumbs up. Sorry, I have hand gestures on my on my Apple. But yeah, so I won't be here next Tuesday. I'm going to try and put up a video if I have time to record and post a video. But I got a lot of stuff I got to prepare this weekend because, anytime you have surgery, there's a whole bunch of stuff you have to do, like the night before and then the morning of. And then I got to get myself to the hospital. That'll be fun. So I hopefully I'll see you in 2 weeks. I'm just going to say I will see you in 2 weeks. There ain't no hopefully about it. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks, and hopefully I'll have some videos up in between then. So have a great night, and I'll see you guys again soon. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for the fun chat. So great to see you, Lon and Glenda. Yeah, thank you so much for the speedy recovery wishes. Hopefully it should be just pretty easy. They're going to go in and take my gallbladder out, and then they got to scope my liver and bile ducts because I threw a stone when I was on the Icon of the Seas. So luckily it's not blocking anything, but it's there. They got to go fish it out. So fun times. So thanks everybody. Have a fabulous evening, and I will talk to you again soon. Thank you for the well wishes, Jennifer.
Move if you're sick, find her on a cruise.